on the move.
Hey everybody, welcome to Three Brown Women, where three brown women are here to give you the real, the what, and the why of the everyday life of I am Siloam Lackey.
And it is Reese.
And Sunshine.
And today we're going to talk about every freaking thing.
Yeah, we're talk about everything.
You know,
I just thought about how there be like an audience, like one of them soundtracks. If somebody needs to implement the crowd on
a clap. Woo! Like that. I literally thought about that the other day when I posted our very first video and how we were talking about like we did not have an intro, and then I was like, oh, music intro is dope, but then like after it went up, then I was like, we don't have any claps. So where are our claps? Everybody's doing virtual videos, but they all have claps and like there's no real people. So we need some snaps and some claps. So that's gonna be on this video. I'm gonna get it done.
So Joe told me, which I had no idea, that with these games, you know, the sports, basketball, baseball, football, what they're doing is they are like using simulated applause, I guess. And then even with the basketball games, like they have it to where you can log in online and it'll show, there's like screens in the audience, right? And they show you in the audience and to give them that feel that the, you know, seats are full, but they're really not.
Yeah.
I thought that was so interesting. It's crazy, right?
It was like a virtual audience, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I thought that was pretty cool.
It sounds like an actual crowd, like an arena full of 10,000-20,000 people.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are doing. Because even like when I was watching, like, you know, like watching the Wendy Williams show, watching Impractical Jokers, like, you know, they were sitting at their table and telling their jokes and stuff, and they were all having claps.
Oh. Do you know how bark? She don't ever bark. Now she wants to bark.
Really?
So weird.
Maybe she wants to get on camera. Did you finish her?
Up here.
Did you finish her?
Huh? Yeah. No, I didn't finish her. A professional.
Somebody finished her.
Yes, a professional finished her.
Aww.
Let me see the final product.
Oh, come here, China. Oh. All right. Can you see her?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Oh, she looks snapped.
She looks so much better.
Whoever did that, they did an awesome job.
Yeah,
they did. Look at China. Okay.
And then she ended up running away after that, but.
But you got her back. Oh my God.
Yes.
What was that like? Like, what is it? Because I've never had a dog before, and I see like my neighbor across the street. This happened to her actually, and she was like posting like flyers and stuff around, and it's crazy because when we first moved here, that's all I saw her doing is like she would go outside and walk her dog like every single day, and then all of a sudden I noticed like she wasn't walking her dog, and then I started seeing flyers. And, I'm like, you know, it's just her and her husband, and they're older. Careful with that word. They're older.
Yeah.
And, you know, like that was, to me, it was kind of like her entertainment other than taking care of her yard. But obviously, during the wintertime, she can't take care of her yard. So the dog kept her company. So I'm just like, in my head, like, I wonder if she's okay. You know what I'm saying? But she was doing fine other than, you know, looking for the dog. And now, I mean, she still has not found the dog, sadly. But she still seems like she's doing okay.
I just know if I ever go through that again where she decides to run away, and if I don't find her, I am never getting a dog ever again.
Really?
Because that was too, my nerves are all over, and you never really realize how attached you are to something until, like, the potential of you never having it again happens. Yeah. And then I was a wreck. And it took almost a whole day to find her. But the police found her. Police had her riding around in the back seat and was taking her to the precinct. And the person who was watching her, because I was on a family trip, I was out of town. So the person that was watching her was walking through the street looking for her, and the police pulled up like, "Are you looking for a dog?" And she was in the back seat. I was like, just like my dog. My dog will be in the back of the police car. Like, like, where have you been? So that the police found me. Don't worry about it.
So I was going to ask you, if anything like ever happens, right, to China, would you get another dog? And not to say a replacement, right? Of course, sure, he wouldn't be a replacement, but how would that, like, would you miss having a dog around, and then eventually you want another?
No, I would probably miss having a dog around, but I remember how I felt if something happened to it.
Right.
So, I'm like, I don't really want to go through that because it felt like it was like my child or something.
Yeah.
I don't have kids, so I don't know. I'm just imagining how that would be. That's how I felt. Like my whole heart was like, what if she gets? I started thinking of the worst. Like, what if she gets hit by a car? What if somebody takes her and doesn't treat her right?
Yeah.
Like, what if a dog tries to like take advantage of her?
Of course.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
They try to like be, like attack her or anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
so when you guys got her back, did y'all take her for like a checkup and everything?
Yeah.
Right.
Went to the doctor. Everything was okay. So, I mean, that's all I can hope for.
Are those expensive? The checkups?
What, the dog?
No, the checkups.
No,
like
not
the
really.
dog
You can have puppy. You can have dog insurance that you pay like $12 a month for.
Oh, so it covers it, and then you don't have to pay anything else.
Exactly. Well, you pay like $20 for the visit, like a normal person. Like
Okay.
$20 copay. Because dogs they get expensive. They have surgeries. They need medication just like a human. So, but one thing about dogs though, even if you can't afford that, you can go to like Paw Chicago. Or like they have the board of health like for dogs. Like you can go there and they have heavily discounted services, or they'll let you have payment plans, like all types of stuff. So,
okay. Yeah. I had no idea.
Yeah,
So
like you can get your dog fit for free at Paw Chicago, which is where she's going to get chips now because she didn't have a chip. You can just take your dog to Paw Chicago and they'll chip your dog for free.
Wow.
$15, like $15. Let me not lie. It's like $15.
So it's not hard finding a doctor for a dog.
Not at all. If you care about the dog and you want to keep the dog and you maybe fell on hard times or something, or you know what I mean, it's a lot of resources out there to where you don't have to just abandon it or give it away or, Paul Chicago is a big one though. Yeah.
I had no idea. Okay.
I had no idea either.
That's pretty cool. It's really cool. I wish they had, I'm going to say, I guess they got stuff like that for us, but for like the homeless people and stuff.
Yeah, I think like people like non-pet livers have no idea that there's this many things out there for animals. We think like if you tell me right now like if one of them told me like I want to get a dog, I'd be like no. Because I would be like, oh, my God, I got to find a doctor, and I got to do this, I got to do that. And it would be like, to me, when I think of a dog, I think of, like, roughly, like, $200, maybe up to $500 a month extra of expenses.
Yeah.
Just in general. And then so I'm like, no.
No, it's not. It's nowhere near that. Like, I buy her food in bulk, like the big, gigantic bags of food. She drinks regular filter water, I guess, which is free. You know what I mean? That's it. She got her toys. She doesn't get sick. She hasn't gotten sick. She's not a dog that I have to take back to the doctor outside of her regular shot. That's it.
Yeah.
She's not an outside dog. She's really a house dog, so it's not much trouble being in the house.
Right. I think of a third child, and that would stop me from getting
I will say she acts like a child in the sense of, like, if she's too quiet and you don't see her, she's in something. Or, like, she knows when she's doing something wrong. Like, you know what I mean? She's like that. Or she follows behind you because of the type of dog she is. She's a coddler. So she literally is on your heels. You can't even go to the bathroom. So that's the sense of a child. And I know Dana, that would like kill you. It would be so irritated.
I would be very irritated. Yeah, no, I pass. Hard left.
Yeah. Come on, you could just visit China.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I guess. But I'm so allergic to China. And you had China for what, 5, 6 years?
Yeah.
It's like within the past like 2 or 3 years, like maybe 2 years or so. I was never allergic to China before that, but now it's like if I don't take allergy medicine or whatever, like give me about 30 minutes, I'm tore up, and it's all China's fault.
So she's not one of those non-allergenic, because they have like non-allergenic dogs, right?
But not her. She's a Shih Tzu, so I mean her hair can get pretty long. I mean right now I keep it low typically, but it can get really long, and that's
is that what determines a non-allergenic dog, is how long their hair is?
I would assume so.
Okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense, because I was always wondering, like, you know, how do you know what dog is non-allergenic, or what dog, like, how do you know that?
Yeah.
I think that when their hair is longer, they carry more things, including allergens, and I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's why I like to keep her low. Because I noticed with her, like, she'll get into a lot of stuff, you know, and then her head is dragging through it, and then keeps odors, all that stuff. I don't have time for that.
Yeah. Okay. So, so let me just get this off my chest really quickly, and maybe this will spark a conversation, maybe not. So this last week has been so stressful for me. So, you know, I have 2 daughters. I have Savannah, she's 13, and then I have Jordan, she's 5. And both of them are in e-learning, right? So Savannah she's 13, and she gets her lessons out like that. Like, she totally understands what's going on. Yesterday we were up pretty late. I was helping her with homework. Like, I had to Google it. I mean, because who remembers like 8th grade algebra, right? Like, who remembers?
Nobody.
And then with Jordan, it's like when she's, you know, in class, right, you have to make sure that she sits down, make sure that she pays attention, make sure that she's interacting.
Yeah.
And like the most frustrating thing is to help toddlers out with homework, right? Like, she writes her letters backwards, and I'm like ready to like ball it up and throw it away. It's so irritating. Anyway, so that in combination with a super busy week, a very good week for the business, right? We brought on some new clients, but with new clients comes like onboarding, and that's new work or whatever. This week, I don't know. Like, I haven't been able to get my workouts in or anything. So I've been pretty stressed this week. And in that, I've realized that I've lost my day-to-day routine. Right? I've really lost it. About a month ago, I was in the habit of working out. Mondays, my schedule was, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, every morning, 7:30. I'm not doing that. Even with like my meal prep, I haven't been doing that, which I know that would help, but it's like my energy is so drained. I don't even feel like doing anything by the time 6 o'clock hits. Yeah. So are you all feeling the same, and what are you doing about it?
So for me, it's kind of like ups and downs. I don't feel like, if there's anything during the day that I don't feel like doing on those kind of days, it is cooking. So, you know, you can imagine, like, we have this restaurant by our house that serves some bomb steak hoagies. So every time I'm like, okay, I don't feel like cooking, you know, Tony is like, oh, I could go for one of those hoagies. I think literally he's eaten like 5 of those hoagies in like 8 days or something like that. Not 5 of them, but like they're really big. So when you buy one, it lasts for like 2 days, because you can't eat like a foot long hoagie, because it's a lot of meat, a lot of bread. You get fries, you get pop, and all that stuff with it. And because he loves those things, when I don't want to cook, that's what he wants to eat. But I feel like the lady up there is probably like, girl, are you up here again? You know what I'm saying? Because when days are long like that, like, you don't want to be sitting there over a oven, you know what I'm saying? And then we've had hotter temperatures this week than normal. It's just like, I think just feeling like that sometimes, like, it affects my health, you know. It affects what I'm eating. And my household, like, we do leftovers maybe, like, the second day, but they ain't doing no leftovers 3 or 4 days after. They just not. It could be good. Like, I'll do leftovers 3 or 4 days after, especially if it's soul food, like 3 days after, not 4 days. But, yeah, like, soul food, I can eat that, like, man, I don't even care if it's 4 days if it's soul food. But they're not going to do that. They're going to be like, I want something new. So, you know, to be drained and then cook, I'm like, no, what are we going to eat, y'all? What do y'all want me to go get? Because, yeah, that's where I am. So I get you being, like, thrown off of your exercise or, you know, I get it.
I think for me, it's just more so I have thrown off of my weight. Like, I put on weight and I've been trying, like, to diet and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard when you work from home and you're an introvert like I am, so it's very easy for me to want to just order something to get delivered, and you know what I mean, and I want to deal with the hustle and bustle, or not want to cook because I've been just working. Sometimes I'll work longer than I should because I do work from home. So then when I look up and realize I haven't eaten all day, then I'm like, oh, well, let me just hurry up and order because I don't even feel like cooking because now I'm exhausted, you know.
Right.
So for me, it's just more the diet thing. So I've been like looking at options of doing like the lipo shot, or actually my sister was just telling me she doesn't want me to do the lipo shot because she's like, I believe like she's like, it's not that, she believes it's not that much. I think it's different because it's me. You know how that goes when you put on weight. It's like, so she's like, I think you can do it without that. I don't think you should do that, you know. But for me, I'm like, shoot, anything that will help the process, I'll still work out.
Yeah.
That helps, because that to me, I don't like being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Skin, and I'm kind of uncomfortable right now. Like I've been trying to sit and stuff. Like I'm just like, this is not the life. It's not
Yeah.
I feel like when you get to that point, I definitely encourage, like, trying to do things naturally, but, you know, sometimes, like, I love quick fixes. I just don't, I love quick fixes. Like, that's just me in general. Like, I'm that type of person, like, if I want to do something, I want to do it now. You're going to tell me I can get this result in 2 days? Okay, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be like, I'm going to work, like, really hard, and I don't care if my work ethic is good. Put it out there like that. But, you know what I'm saying? If I can get a quick fix, I'm going to get the quick fix as long as it's not harmful to me. I don't see if a lipo shot is going to burn fat, guess what? I'm burning fat. It's still all the same fat. Whether I burn it in 2 days or whether I burn it in 2 weeks, I'm still burning fat. Like, girl.
That's true. It's fat burned.
Right. It's the same fat that's burning. Like, it's not like I'm going to get a lipo shot and then this is a totally different type of fat that I'm burning. Like,
right.
You know, unless I'm wrong, but, I mean, just looking at the results, it looks like the same fat burning. So I'm going to go with what I see when people do things like that. I don't know what else to say. Like, I think because maybe she, like, I think that she wants to, like, she means it in a good way, you know what I'm saying, and like, with concern. Yeah. But to me, I would feel like if I was, like, 600 pounds over my weight, like, I would be like, yeah, you know, I'm going to work out because I shouldn't have done all of this, you know, whatever. But if I'm, like, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds over what I want to be, then why not? Just get it out of the way.
Yeah. I'm feeling that. Actually.
Yeah.
I'll update you guys next time.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like, of course, it's the habits that matter, right? Like, of course, we all love quick fixes. Of course we do. right? Like instant gratification. And that's not just in weight loss, it's just in so many areas of our life, right? And it's not even that you don't want to work hard at it. It's just that you may be uncomfortable in a space that you're in, and you are ready to feel comfortable, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I would say as long as you are willing to build healthy habits and to transform your diet and do what it takes to keep up your results, I don't see anything wrong with an extra boost. As long as you do your research and you visit somebody that is medically, you know, inclined to make these decisions and to offer this treatment to you, I don't shame for it. I mean, if I could, which I can, I'm almost like fighting. Should I max out this care credit card and like get all of this like stuff? You know what though? It's all about like building those healthy habits. And I feel that, right, and let me know if you all agree, like if it takes longer, I do feel that I would be like prouder of myself if I put the work in.
Yeah, because it's like the journey. Yeah.
I don't agree with that. I'm sorry, like, I mean,
or I would like do whatever it takes for the quick fix, whatever, to get the ball rolling. You know, and then, like, as long as I'm able to introduce those healthy habits and I'm able to stay consistent, I would be just proud.
I think it just depends on what type of person you are, because some people struggle with having discipline. So I think it's like if you did just go get this shot and this and that, but you weren't doing what you were supposed to do, but you know you can just go get this shot, then or it's the person that, okay, I know I struggle with discipline, so I'm going to go on this journey of just losing it naturally to prove to myself that I can do something for myself, and then that builds and helps them mentally for, like, so many other different things, because they're like, oh, shoot, I did that, which I had never had discipline to do anything like that before, and I did it. I went through that whole journey, so now I can take on anything. I can take on this that I've never done before, or that you know what I mean? So I think it just depends on a person's mentality. Like, I know Siloam, you have discipline. Like, you know how to stick to something. If you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it, you're going to stick to it, and you're going to do what you need to do to see it through. But some people don't have, like, that, you know what I mean? Like, that pack.
But
like that.
I have a question. Why is the quick fix not discipline? Why is it, okay, if it takes 2 months to get something done, or you can do it in 3 days, why is it stigmatized as the person who took the 2 months, who took a slower process or a longer time of doing it, is more disciplined than the person who did it in 3 days? I don't think that I don't know. To me, I get the idea, because people are like, oh, I'm working out, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and I'm getting up and doing the same routine, or, you know, new routines to get a result. But I don't feel, to me, it's not like, to me, it just, I don't see that as being more disciplined. I think discipline is discipline, period. Because even if you lose it even if, say, like, you get the results in 3 days that you would get in 2 weeks of, like, just working out, the discipline comes in you caring about even starting it and continuing to do whatever it is that you have to do, however it is that you do it. It doesn't make you more or less disciplined if you do it in 3 weeks as opposed to if you did it in 3 days. You're disciplined, period, because you actually sat yourself down, you saw the error, you fixed it, and you disciplined yourself enough to get it started and to get it done. Like, that's just how I feel like.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But think about the people that do it but don't do what they need to do to keep it up afterwards.
Right. See, those people are not disciplined. And I feel like if you, like, so for those type of people who are like, I'm just going to take this real quick fix and it's going to get me taken care of in 3 days, guess what? They're not going to see the same results as somebody who is who is like going to do it. That's just like, okay, I could go get the lipo shot, and then somebody else could go to the lipo shot, but I could go get the lipo shot and then do no bread. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that I'm making sure that I'm eating the right food, and somebody else can go and do it and say, I'm going to get the shot and I'm still going to eat everything that I want to eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell myself no. That person is wasting time. Not only because they're not being dedicated to the process of doing what they have to do.
Right.
But if I do the right thing, no matter the limit of time that I do it in, to me, I'm still disciplined.
Yeah. I think that's where the discipline comes in. It's not to say that people, or I mean, shoot, I just joined a weight management program today, you know, looking for a quick fix or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's not to say that the people or us that strive for, like, that look for the quick fixes aren't disciplined. I think that it's the consistency that follows that.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. That's
how I feel. Yeah.
But I feel like society doesn't explain things like that. Like they don't do things like that. Like people be like getting slammed or slandered, you know what I'm saying, because of doing quick fixes. And it's like, what do you mean it's not natural? It's the same natural fat, right? It's the same natural transformation. You're not getting a fake transformation. This is not like Photoshop or something like that. It's naturally happening. It does not matter whether it was all because of cardio or lifting weights. Whatever got you there, like, that's just what it is.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. I definitely agree. I mean, and then plus especially something like weight, right? And I've been here myself. You not being happy with, like, a condition will totally bleed into other areas of your life. You know, I back when I've lost a little weight, you know, and then I gained it back and I lost it. That's where I am now.
Yeah.
So when I notice, you know, that I'm taking on weight, it's like I'm not as eager to go to networking events, or I don't dress as I would like to dress because I'm uncomfortable, you know. Yeah. And even in your relationships, right? Like just that seed of what low self-confidence can birth. So, you know, you must like this woman, or you must like, you know what I'm saying? You don't like what you got it, you know, and it's unhealthy. So I'm all for a little kickstart as long as you come through with the follow through.
Well, y'all already know how I feel. Look, I'm just like, do I want to spend longer being miserable about myself, or do I want to quickly become happy? So I'm going to quickly become happy and do what I got to do, because y'all already know when I couldn't fit that Forever 21 shirt, girl, I was in tears.
Yeah. As long as it's safe, and as long as you are getting the assistance from somebody that is able to, like, assist you properly.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Chris, so let me ask you this.
I said you guys have definitely opened up my mind in different ways with that one, because I was definitely battling with, like, ooh, what to do.
Either way, don't feel bad. Either way, it's your weight loss journey, and you, like, claim that shit, and you do it however you want to do it. Like, as long as you're not passed out on your living room floor and we have to knock it down. You know, but I do want to ask you this. So you mentioned earlier in the conversation that you are introverted, right? And, like, with you being literally my other half, I feel like you're more so of, like, an ambivert, so like that extroverted introvert. So
I know how to turn it on. Yeah.
Right. Yes. Because I like that too. Yeah. But do you feel as though you being unhappy with your weight right now have, like, kind of kicked you deeper in that tunnel of?
I mean, on top of this whole quarantining pandemic thing that we have going on, on top of that, heck yeah, I'm like, first of all, I don't even know what to wear right now because nothing looks the same. Like, to me, everybody else would be like, it doesn't look bad, but to me, it doesn't look the same. I'm like, even my hairstyles don't look like nothing. So, like, for me, if I got to think too long or what I'm going to wear or what I got to do to prepare for something, then I end up being like, forget it. Like, you know what? I'll catch y'all another time. And then in my head, I start to feel bad because of doing that. So now I'm feeling bad. And then it turns into a whole, like, oh, man, you just got to get it together type speech that you got to tell yourself, because it's like, okay, you can't stay like this because this doesn't feel good. So You need to this will be like my third day in a row where I've been working out just from home, but at least I know accountability. So no, seriously, it's like seriously like for me, even like today I almost didn't do it. I almost did not do it. Like I had my stuff laid out. I'm like, I'm just gonna get in this shower. Like I'm not gonna go work out. And then I was just like, no, I know your body's hurting, but you got to do it and you got to stay consistent. So I did my 50 sit-ups and my planks and my squats and all that and the flutter kicks and all that good stuff. And then it made me feel so much better afterwards. Like when you feel that sweat just coming off you, you're like, okay,
you got it done.
Something burned off. So that's what keeps me motivated is like, okay, you don't want to feel like what you're feeling like, you know what I mean, right now. So just get up and do it. Look at the glass now. Just get up and do it.
To be honest, like I talked to you guys know Danielle Christian. She is a weight trainer, and like even just talking to her, like she's told me like several times, like sometimes you just can't like just do one thing. Like sometimes you really have to do all of it.
Yeah.
You know, you have to do the workout, you have to do the cardio, you have to eat healthy. Sometimes you actually need that booster supplement. If you got to go get laser lipo, sometimes you really need that. Like it's a full set of things that you have to do. You cannot just do one thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So just working out, I changed my eating habits just this week. So I did no meat, no sugars. I was doing fish, but like salmon. And then I was doing cabbage, mainly just doing cabbage, which I learned from you. So,
do you guys know that watermelon diet?
No, I've never tried, but I'm not a big watermelon head.
I'm not either, but I promise you, like, it literally works.
So
like
you eat watermelon every day?
So the first day, and I might be, y'all gonna have to Google it, but I might be a little bit off. Like the first 2 days, you eat like a bunch of watermelon, and then you make this Lipton onion soup with the cabbage in there. The Lipton onion soup with cabbage. That's like your first day, and you eat like a banana. And then like the second day, you pretty much repeat that, and then I think you eat some toast. And then like the third day, it's like you repeat that again, and then you add some beef in there. Not like chicken or nothing, you add like a little bit of beef and stuff like that. But it's like you do the process for like a week, and people be like losing like 10, 15 pounds in that 1 week from that watermelon diet.
Mm-hmm. See, now that's what I'm not a fan of. Me personally, I'm not a fan of like the crash diet because I know I can't keep it up. I can't keep it up. And then for me, at least, and this is me, right? When I start losing weight, when I start losing weight and I see the numbers on the scale decrease, that's when I start cheating because I feel like I have leeway to eat this burger or eat this steak hoagie sandwich Siloam. Like, and then here I go, my habits are messed up and my diet.
I get that.
So like with the crash diet, it like after 2 or 3 days, I get to the point to where I feel like I can't do it. And then not only do I break that diet, like I break that motherfucker. Like I'm eating like anything.
Everything.
But that's me though. And I can't eat. So.
Yeah. It's crash diets are definitely not for everybody. I was really good at crash diets like maybe like early 20s, but now I know. I need like 12 meals. Like I need my whole chicken salad with extra chicken, buffalo sauce. You know what I'm saying? Eggs, all of that stuff. Like I just now it's just sticking to like things that don't have a lot of sugar in it because I need to eat. But crash diets do work. And there's a lot of them out there. You do have to be careful. That is a disclosure because you don't want to get headaches or faint. But they do work. It works. That watermelon diet works.
I've never tried them before. I just started getting into the whole dieting world like in the past 2 years. Like I never really thought about a diet until I had to. You know what I mean?
You've always been like
skinny.
small.
I've always been skinny.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, for me, my 30s was really what everybody said, like, it's going to catch up to you. And then it was like, no, it's not. And I was good at 30. And then 31 to 32 came was like, hey, what you thought? We on our way.
Right.
So, I was like, oh, man. This came out of nowhere. Like, literally, it was, like, over, like, within 4 months. I was like, wait a minute. What's going on here? And I thought something was wrong. I had went to the doctor and everything. I'm like, I just put on too much weight. 20 pounds in 4 months, something is wrong. And the girl was laughed at me, and she said, no, that's called you getting older, and your metabolism is slowing down. And I'm like, oh, is this what they were thinking about all those years? So now we're in this quarantine thing, so I'm really, like, screwed. So I'm like, okay, I haven't really had my experience with crash diets. I'm just trying to find something that's going to just keep me active, but then at the same time help me, like, along the process. Like, I don't want to just bare bones just pushing it out. Like, it's great to see the results, but I'm not at that point yet. So I'm like, any additives that I could do, anything that I could add would be great. Like,
yeah. I commend people who are, like, really losing weight right now, like, while we're in this quarantine. Like, my best friend was just talking about, like, I commend her so much. She lost a lot of weight, and she's just been working out in her bedroom, you know? So it's just like, you know, her dedication, like we talked about, that discipline is everything. No matter how you're doing it, but just staying, like, focused on what you're doing and actually just getting it done, like, that's super.
Right. Yeah, and you don't have to splurge money on, like, expensive gym memberships.
No.
It's less, like, you don't have to. Like, with the personal trainers, like they're great, you know, if you need accountability or if you need a little guidance based on, like, target areas or anything, but, like, you can do it without all of that.
Yeah.
So,
you definitely. So,
okay.
Everything I need.
So, so let me see. So, your day-to-day challenges is what, Chris?
Not eating everything at my disposal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, especially, like, just being home and...
Just being home, just eating the right things. So I'll just say that because I eat a whole lot, but I just don't eat the right things. That's what it is.
Christine, this is your first year of being at home working, right? That's what it is. I think that's definitely part of it, because I remember my very first year of just being at home and working, and I would, like, get something done, and then I'd go get a snack. And then I would get something done, and then I'd go get a snack. And then I'd go get a snack and then work through the next process. And that is just, like, it's a part of, I think, like, people get that way because they're trying to balance what they're doing and just kind of, like, also having that type of freedom. You're not so used to it. You know, when you're in an office with a bunch of people, you're more conscious of what you're doing. You're not going to be going to the lunchroom several times to get snacks and bring them back. You might have snacks at the desk, but when it's done, it's done.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
That's just, like, I think that's where that's coming from. Your first year.
Absolutely right.
And you'll get over
it. Right. Look, this way, look, you guys are going to see this transformation.
Okay, so what can we do to support you on your journey?
Ooh, that is a great question. Just making sure that I would love for, well, we're already in an accountability group. So what we do is we kind of take pictures of what we're eating for, like, lunch or breakfast or dinner. I said that all out of shape, but you guys know what I mean. But we send pictures of what we're eating, tell about maybe struggles that we may have had. We're very honest. And I think that helps me out a lot, because then it's like I don't want to have to explain to them why I had this big old thing of ribs or whatever when I wasn't even supposed to be eating meat. So I think that's cool. But also just making sure that I say, even if we're not meeting up to work out, just making sure that I'm working out. So maybe if you're going to work out, hit me up like, I'm going to work out. What you doing today? You get what I'm saying? You're going to do it, like, just thinking about, let me shoot her a text. I'm going to go work out. What you doing today? Just making sure you're on your A game. And then vice versa, like, I would do the same for you guys, like, because for me, like, honestly, I almost needed that today. Like, if I didn't pull myself in that last second to just hold down in that basement and work out, I would be sitting here feeling bad about myself even more in this conversation because I'm like, I didn't even work out today.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Keep it consistent. Keep it consistent.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. Keep it consistent. Yeah. So okay. So I mean, the good thing. So it makes me feel good, right? That my day to day, me having like me being thrown off, I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel like I'm not alone. Something that I am going. So there's a book, and I am going to send it to you all. Right? It's from Mel Robbins, and it's called the 5-second. What is it? The 5-second rule. So basically, the premise behind the 5-second rule is you count to 5 and you just do it without thinking. Basically, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have the audio book and I listen to it. I actually have the book, but normally I'm like let me open up the book, smell the pen. I'm that kind of girl, but with that book, it resonated more with me with the audio book. So you have to check it out. Like if you are looking to build healthy habits and like habits that will stick with you, the 5-second rule like really, 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 really lays it out. So 5-second rule.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I didn't get to ask you guys right before we wrap up, is there anything I can help you guys with, like Siloam with your cooking, or Sharice with your day-to-day having to deal with the work of the students at home and your children working from home and things like that? Is there anything I can do for you ladies?
Yeah, whenever you cook, just save me a plate.
Got you, because you're not far from me, so come on, right?
I'm right here.
I know, I got it. I got that. No, for real.
I'll bring
Next
you.
time I cook, I'm hitting you. I'm hitting you up.
Literally.
What you need? Do you need a nanny for the girls while you work?
You know what? No, I don't, because you work from home and it would drive you in. She would drive you crazy, JoJo, because she is so in love with you and will be all in your face.
That's my.
But I will say this. I do feel that in like many of my relationships, I'm like the strong friend. And I feel like people don't check on the strong friend.
That's true.
So because the strong friends are like busy making sure everybody else is okay. So like a quick check-in, like, girl, tell me how you really feeling. You know, even though you do that already. You do that already. So,
but I'm going to do more. I'm going to be more consistent with it.
Yeah, do that. Like, call me and just say, hey, just checking on you. Yeah. My anxiety has, like, really been, like, through the roof.
Like, I know that if we all can go, like, a week without talking to each other, and then we'll be like, what the, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, let me call her, let me text her, so that I can continue to do and do more consistently, absolutely.
Yeah. So, you know what? So, let me tell you what Siloam is perfect. Siloam is the one that you can, like, sit and talk to. Siloam just be there listening. I just be venting. You know, she just listen. But she's like, Siloam is your logical person. Siloam is logic.
Thank you.
So,
logic and peace.
Super calm, and then at the end of everything, okay, so what we about to do about it?
Yeah, she's like, or no, or be like, okay, so here's what you need to do.
Right. Oh, yes, that's definitely
here's what you need to do
with the solution. Yes, every single time, and makes it sound so easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was on a salon today. Like, I love the mother that she is. Right?
Thank you.
And I tell her, like, she is, like, my role model when it comes to motherhood.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, her children. Like, I love it. Like, they all have, you know, and your children, you know, your children in love, they're all the same. They're your kids, right? Of course.
Yeah.
So, like, just the fact that, like, they can come to her and talk to her about anything. We had a conversation about, you know, her and her son, you know, but the resolution of that wasn't, don't do this. It wasn't that. That wasn't her resolution. It was, if this is what you want to do, let me tell you how to do so responsibly.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah. We are not going to be here forever, you guys, so we have to make these kids think.
Yeah.
No, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, they better know what a blessing they have in you.
Seriously.
I hope they do. They all show me love.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah. I think they're awesome. Thank you, guys. Oh, my God. I hope I'm that mothering to you guys if you guys ever need it, because you guys are always there for me, like, totally.
Siloam,
you're definitely
my mother
of this triad.
Siloam came through in a clutch for me randomly. And so I'm like, what? How'd you hear about this program? Okay, I'm doing it right now.
Oh, yeah. I don't leave nobody out. Like, I'm just that, I don't believe in, like, people be petty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm just going to keep this for myself. No, if you know about it, get it done for yourself. Put it out there. You might get it, you might not, but guess what? You're going to be okay.
Yeah.
So, I don't mind sharing information. I will always do so.
Thank you. And Siloam is definitely the mother of this.
All right, ladies.
Yeah, that's funny. So with that being said, Mom says we are out of time.
Okay.
We are. Oh, was that the song? We gotta get this together. We're gonna have clap.
No, I told you, Sloan. You just gotta put the sound effects in.
Yeah, I'm gonna get those. I'm gonna get that done. Bible.
Bible.
So you guys, we'll see you next time. 3 brown women. Tune in. If you do watch this episode and you need some support, you guys can reach out to us on social media. We are on every platform. Chrissy got her Facebook back.
Yes.
I
have to go on hiatus. Sorry.
That's okay. Everybody needs a hiatus. Everybody needs that woosah, piggying back to what we got to do to just what we got to do. So.
Thank you guys for
get it, boo, and we will see you guys next time.
Next time. Bye.
Bye.